This is Cedar from Minnesota. It's 10 below here. The sun is setting. It's a gorgeous, really cold winter day. I'm doing the AT this year, and I had not been planning on doing the AT because I absolutely love the mountains of the Pacific Northwest, even though I didn't grow up around mountains. But I had this moment in January when I was planning my resupply on the Pacific Northwest Trail, and I realized that I was kidding myself, and that this year is the year I need to do the AT. And that's because, so the AT is what introduced me to thru hiking. I've done several thru hikes before, within the last couple years, and about 10 years ago in college, I needed something to do for spring break, and there was a big poster on the wall, and it said Appalachian Trail, and I was like, oh, I've heard of that before. Cool, I've never been backpacking before. I'm gonna do this. This would be a cool, like super cheap spring break trip through the recreational sports program. So I signed up, went on the AT, and I was like, man, I hate this trail. There are no views. It is super hard. It is super wet. I do not like the people on it. And it was nothing like what I had imagined. And then at the same time, someone mentioned thru hiking, and they told me that it was hiking a trail end to end. And the moment I heard about that, I was like, this is my thing. This is what I'm gonna do, thru hiking. This is my calling. And it took 10 years to actually like start thru hiking. But a couple of thru hikes down the road, I was like, oh man, I never ever want to do the Appalachian Trail. And then I was planning the PNT, and I was like, wow, who am I kidding? Why would I do a trail that I know I'm gonna enjoy? Why don't I do the trail that's gonna be the hardest for me to finish? Because it's wet and really hard, and there's so many people. But I know that if I pick a trail that's challenging, I'll get a lot more out of it. And I don't know if it's a lot like if you've ever had a friend, but like when you first meet them, they drive you crazy. You cannot stand to be around them. And then 5 years down the road, the picture is totally different. You guys are like two peas in a pod. They're your confidant. I feel like that's what the AT is gonna be for me. Like, I hate it right now, and I'm probably gonna hate it a lot of the time because that's just how thru hiking is. But I know that if I do it when it's challenging, I'm gonna get so much more out of it than doing a trail that is more enjoyable up front. And I made that commitment to myself when I was on the Appalachian Trail in college. There was a trail town we went through, and I bought an Nalgene. And I was 19 years old, and I bought an Nalgene, and I'm 30 now. I bought an Nalgene, and I was like, this is my first piece of gear. This is my commitment to become a thru hiker. And I still have that Nalgene, and I'm ready to take it home.